Alright, my friend, let's get straight to it because what's happening behind the scenes at the Star is something straight out of a scripted drama. Mike McCarthy is out, but let's not act like this was some natural, clean-cut decision. No, Jerry Jones had a plan that McCarthy saw coming from a mile away, and he wanted nothing to do with it. Now, let me ask you this. If you were in McCarthy's shoes, would you have stuck around knowing the front office was already grooming your replacement? Drop a YES or nitrogen monoxide in the comments. Let's see where the majority stands. Here's the deal: Jerry Jones has been setting the stage for years. And now, it's clear as day that Jason Witten, the Cowboys legend, was at the center of it. McCarthy wasn't just dealing with the pressure of winning games, he had a shadow hanging over him the entire time. First, it was Dan Quinn, waiting for him to slip, and now, Jerry wanted McCarthy to sit tight while Witten got a golden ticket into coaching, learning. Under him just long enough to take his job, McCarthy wasn't having it. No way. He's been in this business too long to play along with a setup like that. Reports even say that the moment Witten's name was brought up as part of McCarthy's future staff, that's when McCarthy decided enough was enough. He walked away before contract talks could even begin. But here's the real kicker: this wasn't just some last-minute idea. Jerry has been pulling the strings on Witten's coaching career for years, and when you connect the dots, it all starts to make perfect sense. So, let's connect the dots here. Jason Witten stepping into a coaching role wasn't some random twist of fate, it was part of Jerry Jones' long-term vision. And if you've been following this team for a while, you probably saw the signs. Think about it. Witten spent nearly his entire career as Jerry's golden boy, the ultimate cowboy, the perfect locker room leader. When he briefly retired in 2018, where did he go? Straight to the broadcast booth. But that didn't last long. He came back, played another season, then moved into coaching. And not just anywhere, he took a job as a high school head coach, a classic move for former players trying to build their coaching resume. Now here's where it gets interesting. You might remember that before last season, there were rumors Witten was being considered for a role on McCarthy's staff. At the time, it didn't seem like much, but now it's obvious that Jerry was laying the groundwork for something much bigger, and let's be real, Jerry loves surrounding himself with Cowboys legends. He did it with Kellen Moore, letting him jump straight from backup QB to offensive coordinator. He did it with Dan Quinn, banking on his ties to the Cowboys of the 90s, and now, Witten? It's the same playbook all over again. But here's the real question: do you think Witten is actually ready to be a coach at the NFL level? Vote in the comments, yes or no, because if Jerry gets his way, this might happen sooner than we think. And trust me, this story isn't just about Witten. There's another former Cowboy in the mix, and his involvement changes everything. Alright, let's talk about the other piece of this puzzle, Sean Lee. Yeah, you heard that right. While all eyes have been on Witten, there's another Cowboys legend quietly climbing the coaching ranks. And if you think Jerry hasn't noticed, think again. Sean Lee was the heart and soul of the Cowboys' defense for a decade. His leadership, football IQ, and relentless preparation were legendary. The guy was basically a coach on the field. So when he retired, it was only a matter of time before he made his way back to the game, and now he's been gaining experience behind the scenes, setting himself up for a future role in Dallas. Here's where it gets really interesting. Imagine a coaching staff built around Witten and Lee, two of the smartest, most respected Cowboys of the last 20 years. Jerry would be all over that. He gets his hand-picked leaders, keeps the franchise's identity intact, and sells the fan base on a new era led by former legends. But here's the thing: does bringing in ex-players as coaches actually work? We've seen it go both ways in the NFL. Some guys thrive, others struggle. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the Cowboys hire former players as coaches? YES or nitrogen monoxide? And let's not forget there's still a head coach in place. But for how much longer? Because if this theory holds up, Mike McCarthy is on borrowed time, and the next move Jerry makes could shake up the franchise in a way we haven't seen in years. Now, let's be real, Mike McCarthy's seat is scorching hot. After another season filled with frustration, questionable decisions, and playoff heartbreak, Cowboys fans are running out of patience. And guess what Jerry Jones might be, too? Think about it, Jerry isn't just looking at McCarthy's record. He's looking at the energy, the leadership, and the long-term vision, and when he sees Witten and Lee waiting in the wings, you have to wonder if he's already considering a major shakeup. Here's a question for you: do you still trust McCarthy to lead this team to a Super Bowl? Vote in the comments, yes or no. Let's see where the fan base stands. Because if the answer is no, then the path becomes clear. Jerry could be positioning himself to bring in guys he trusts, guys who bleed Cowboys blue, guys who understand the culture better than anyone. It's not just about X's and O's, it's about identity. And let's be honest, Jerry loves making a big move that shocks the NFL world. Bringing in Witten and Lee, that would send waves through the league. Some would call it bold, others would call it reckless. But one thing's for sure, it would change everything. So the real question is, does Jerry have the guts to make this move? Or will he stick with McCarthy for one more year, hoping for a miracle turnaround? Well, history tells us that when Jerry smells an opportunity, he takes it, and if that's the case, we might be closer to a coaching change than anyone realizes. So here we are, the Dallas Cowboys stand at a crossroads, and Jerry Jones holds all the cards. Does he ride it out with Mike McCarthy, hoping for a miracle? Or does he take the bold route, shaking up the franchise by bringing in Jason Witten and Sean Lee to usher in a new era? If you ask me, this feels like the perfect storm for change. Think about it, Jerry has never been afraid to take risks. He's made shocking moves before, and this would fit right into his playbook. He could frame it as a return to Cowboys greatness, built on the foundation of two franchise legends. But here's the catch: this isn't just about nostalgia. Witten and Lee bring fresh energy, leadership, and a true understanding of what it means to wear the star. Could they stumble at first? Of course, but could they also bring the fire and accountability this team has been missing? Absolutely. Now, let me ask you, if McCarthy gets fired, would you support Witten and Lee as the new leadership? Drop a yes or nitrogen monoxide in the comments. Let's see if Cowboys Nation is ready for a change. Because one thing is clear, standing still isn't an option anymore. The Cowboys have been stuck in this cycle for too long. It's time for a new direction, whether it's with McCarthy or without him. And knowing Jerry, he's already thinking 5 steps ahead. The only question left is, does he have the guts to pull the trigger? One thing's for sure, whatever happens next, it's going to shake up the Cowboys' future in a big way. So buckle up, because this offseason could get wild.